Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and welcome to another episode of the Media Booth. Hey, I know I said I've been trying to do these more consistently, but we're out here helping as many ministries as possible, and it doesn't give me enough time to really sit down here and record like I used to. But hey, it's a good trade-off being able to help other ministries than just do videos all the time. But we are back with another one, and you see the title here. It's it's a group effort. So I like doing analogies. Some of y'all don't know, but I've been in band ever since I was in middle school, played predominantly trombone, but dabbled with trombone and tuba through middle school into high school, then went into the Marines, then originally went into the Marines to be in the president's own band. But then that changed when they saw my ASVAB score and I ended up going to the desert working on satellites and radios. But then after that, went to Hampton University and went with the marching force, played trombone about 3 years there in marching band. So I've been in bands and did concert bands and stuff like that. And trombone is a low brass instrument. If we went through all of the predominant instruments that are played within a band, it was piccolos, flutes, clarinets, saxophones. Sometimes we had an oboe, sometimes we had a bassoon. Then we had French horns, we had trumpets, we had trombones, baritones, tubas. Each one of those voices contributed to the piece that we were playing, whether it was a suite, a symphony, or whatever compilation of music that we played. And with that being said, I played trombone. Trombones, for the most part, except for certain songs, predominantly were the background to help build the underlayer of the music of the composition. Sometimes it was French horns, the trumpets, or the woodwinds that carried the main melody. Why do I say this calls a group effort? Yeah, there are ensembles like we did in college at Hampton. The trombone section would play stuff and it would just be us. But most songs do not consist of just one instrument. Each different instrument carries a certain part that contributes to the whole that makes everything work. What is the point of this? There's a bunch of ministries that I work with, and in general, because this is actually me talking to a bunch of people in the media ministry. Let me change that tone just a little bit. Just because you have the ability to do a lot of things in media ministry does not mean that you should do them all. Meaning that it takes a group effort for all this stuff to be done. So that's great that, yeah, I can do audio, I can do cameras, I can do video editing, I can do presentation, I can do all that, but I can't do it all at the same time. And even if I planned that stuff out long in advance to where it'll be prepared, what would happen if I got called to work and help somebody else? Who's there to step up to do that other piece? If you're hoarding and doing everything yourself, what type of team effort is that? What type of sport can you do and you fill all of the positions by yourself? You can't. The only sport that's like that is like maybe table tennis or something like that, where it's a one-on-one. But media ministry in general is a group effort. So trying to do everything yourself is not the best way for it to be done. Now, I understand a lot of us, we're starting out and we still have a ministry where it's just us. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones that now you have a team and you're so used to doing everything yourself, but you have other people there. And I know the easiest thing to say is, well, I know what I do and I know the level of what I do, so I'm counting on me. There are some things that you have to let go of. I know that for especially with what I do. When I do installs and everything like that, it's mainly me because I haven't found anybody yet that has an attention to detail in my area so I can bring them on to help me with the stuff I do. But even if I did bring somebody on, I need to make sure that I feel confident in their abilities so that I don't need to check up behind them. That's one thing. But there's another thing in media ministry that if you've never given anybody the opportunity to let them do it, then you have to give them time. So you're sitting here saying, I don't know if they can do it at the same level that I do it at, but you've never given them an opportunity. And we need to give them an opportunity to fail. This is the same way I would teach choirs and everything like that. that you don't always want successes. You don't learn from success, you learn from failure. And the idea is some of y'all, I know y'all have been working hard and you enjoy what you're doing, but it takes a group effort. Take your hands off of some things and hand it off to other people. Yeah, they might fail at first, but they're going to learn, and you never know. That process of failing might give them the catalyst to learn more, to where they'll ultimately end up doing night and day better than you ever could do. So again, I understand that we're partial of how we want stuff to be, and we want to keep our hands on everything. But that's fine. But that can only last for a season. Sooner or later, you're gonna get tired. Sooner or later, you're gonna drop the ball. And what is the point of having a media ministry if it's just you and you have other people who are volunteering that want to share and help, but you won't let them? So again, hey, I've dabbled with a bunch of stuff out of necessity. But when it came to the point that, oh, somebody is good with making slides and video announcements, thank the Lord, I don't have to do it anymore. And then I move on to something else. And that's the whole thing. Give the other people in your media ministry an opportunity to learn and grow for themselves. And more importantly, realize that a all trombone, well, actually, that's kind of awesome. But anyway, if you're in a band that consists of multiple parts, multiple instruments, the trombones cannot, as much as I love the trombone cannot sound the same way as a piccolo. And it can't go in the same register as a piccolo. A piccolo cannot play as low as a tuba. It can't do that. You need each individual piece to work together so that all of them together make a beautiful sound. And that's the same way. If one person has their hands on everything and they are the catalyst, they're the person, the go-to person for every single thing, first, it eliminates anybody else wanting to join because I don't have anything I can do because whoever is doing everything. And you're missing out and robbing them of an opportunity to serve in your ministry and to grow. And you never know. God may have blessed them with a talent and ability that will bless your ministry, but you're stifling them because you want to hold on to how you've always done it. So realize media ministry is a group effort. That also does not include just your local ministry. There are things that your ministry can do, and there's another ministry that's struggling. Help. It's not my responsibility or your responsibility to reach the world. It's all of us together. So instead of us acting like a kingdom of one, how about we act like we're a part of God's kingdom and we work together, because it takes a group effort. I hope that helps y'all, folks. Let me know if that resonates with you, and I read all the comments as best as I can. Can't respond to them as much as I used to, but I do read all of them. But I hope that helps, folks. And we'll see y'all on the next media booth. Later, folks.